How you guys doing? My name is Marlon Bennett, and just short preface about me. I'm from New Jersey. Been going to Liberty since 2016. I started as a freshman. I study graphic designing, and that's actually the career path I want to head into. I want to do sports marketing with graphic designing, so kind of like some of the posters you might see around campus, advertising, football games, basketball games, any of that kind of stuff. That's kind of like the career field I want to eventually do for the rest of my life. I grew up in a small town called Keyport, New Jersey. It's about 1 square mile, so it's super small. Not a lot of people might be able to relate to that. I know a couple of people, grow up in environments that are more city-like. Me, I'm from a very small suburban county, and it's a very tight-knit group. And I bounced. There's actually one time that I did not live in Keyport, which was when I was 7. I lived with my dad in Michigan, and due to certain circumstances, which I'm not going to get into, family business, but it caused me to move back here in Keyport with my family, and I've been living here since I was 8. So that's just a short about my personal life and my family life. Some things I'd like to learn from this course are definitely public speaking, of course. I only took one public speaking course prior to this, which was in high school, my sophomore year. So I definitely want to get my public speaking skills up and possibly translate that into marketing myself as a freelance designer in the future. Besides that, I want to get into one of the life-changing events that I had to undergo. So, as I mentioned before, I've been going to Liberty since I was 18, 2016. I'm going into my senior year now. So I'm going to say after my freshman year was kind of like my life-changing experience. So a lot of people might understand that your first year of college, like, there's a lot of freedom, there's a lot of responsibility that you're getting accustomed to, still being a very young, curious young adult. So I was 18, and it was my first time being away from home, and being all the way in Virginia to New Jersey is quite the stretch. So I had a lot of freedom, but also a lot of responsibility, and I didn't take that responsibility with wise counsel. So I made some poor decisions academically. I let my grades slip, and I just wasn't on top of myself the way I should have been, which led me to have a 1.7 GPA after my freshman year. So I was on academic probation, and at this point, my parents put a lot of trust in me to kind of like be on top of myself and be responsible for my schoolwork. And they didn't check in, they didn't helicopter parent me throughout my first few years of school. They kind of just let me kind of handle it all, and then I wasn't being honest with them about how my grades were. And so the end of my freshman year, we all sat down and we went over my grades, and they were shocked. They were heartbroken, to be honest with you. If I could find another word, I would, but like, that is probably the most accurate word. They were heartbroken, and I felt like I was wasting their money, I was wasting their time, I was being a disappointment to them. And although they'll never say it, I felt that I was being a disappointment to them, because I know they've raised me to be much better than that. And it kind of put things in perspective going forward, that I shouldn't be waiting for other people to kind of keep on top of me like I should be. Like, I'm a grown man at this point. I need to be on top of all of my individual tasks that I need to do. Any schoolwork I need to do, any physical work I need to do, that's my responsibility, nobody else's. So going into my sophomore and junior year, I put it upon myself to make sure I was surrounding myself with the right type of friends that were study first, of course God first, and I put better study habits into effect, and I saw my grades rise tremendously. All glory to God, I was on the dean's list the past 2 semesters, and God willing, I can make it again this semester, as I'm taking 5 online summer courses. So that's just a quick little story about a life-changing event where it kind of matured me a lot at the time, and I can credit that to God first, but also my family for definitely putting everything in perspective for me. So, thank you guys for listening.